Today, we have to discuss about the topic is pleomorphic adenoma in tumors of salivary gland. The term pleomorphic adenoma is nothing but we have to split the word pleomorphic adenoma. Adenoma is nothing but it is that tumor present in the gland, especially in salivary gland. The term pleomorphic, the pleomorphic is nothing but it is the different kinds of cells which present in the salivary gland tumor, so called pleomorphic adenoma. The pleomorphic adenoma is mostly seen in the people. If the patient comes with salivary gland tumor, mostly pleomorphic adenoma. So it is the most common salivary gland tumor. And second most common salivary gland tumor is Warthin's tumor. The term pleomorphic adenoma is suggested by Willis. He said it is a unusual histologic pattern of the lesion. Actually, for better understanding, it is the benign mixed tumor consisting of cells that ability to differentiate epithelial and mesenchymal cells, which means in the histology we have see that epithelial cells and mesenchymal cells, which means it is a benign mixed tumor, the tumor consisting of cells that can differentiated into epithelial and mesenchymal cells. The epithelial cells are ductal and non-ductal cells, and the mesenchymal cells are mucoid, osteoid, mixed types of cells. So it is the mixed type of cells which is present in this tumor, so called mixed tumor. Enclamo, branchioma, endothelioma, enchondroma is also the other name of pleomorphic adenoma. Previously we say it is the most common salivary gland tumor. The patient usually come the salivary gland tumor, it is mostly pleomorphic adenoma. We go to further details before we need to that histology for better understanding. It is the parotid gland. Here will be see there is a gland, salivary secreting cells. So this is the salivary secreting cells and above and also contain myoepithelial cells. This is the salivary secreting cells. Then pathogenesis, these salivary secreting cells contain intercalated duct, myoepithelial cells and acinar cells. The role of acinar cells is secreting the saliva. The role of myoepithelial cells is secreting the saliva. It can help to push the saliva into the excretory duct. And the role of intercalated duct cells, it can able to differentiate wherever the need is, wherever the cells needed, it stands into myoepithelial cells or ductal cells. So it is the intercalated ductal cells. If the tumor is derived from some group of people say the tumor is arised from the myoepithelial cells or intercalated ductal epithelial cells. So these myoepithelial cells can directly metabolize into mesenchymal cells and turns into fibrous, mucinoid, chondroid, osseous, which means here we say fibrous, chondroid, osteoid, etc. There is a different kind of cells. And the intercalated duct reserve cells, which means this intercalated duct reserve cells undergo ductal and myoepithelial cells and later it undergo mesenchymal metaplasia. Means in the tumor this intercalated duct epithelial cells usually these intercalated epithelial ductal cells undergo myoepithelial cells and ductal cells. In this tumor is arised from the intercalated duct cells. The ductal cells can differentiated into intercalated ductal cells, first differentiated into ductal and myoepithelial cells and later it undergo mesenchymal metaplasia. Another group of people say it is the neoplastic altered epithelial cells with the potential for multidirectional differentiation may be responsible for the pleomorphic adenoma, which means the neoplastic altered epithelial cells. Here if the intercalated ductal epithelial cells is the neoplastic altered epithelial cells which undergoes a differential different kind of proliferation, which means directional multi-directional differentiation. This if the neoplastic cells is present in the ductal cells, it undergo multi-directional differentiation, which means it can turns into osteoid or ductal cells or non-ductal cells, etc. That is responsible for the pleomorphic adenoma. In clinical features, females are mostly affected and 4th to 6th decade of life. The most common site is parotid gland, especially most common site is major salivary gland, especially parotid gland in 90%, and 10% is present in the minor salivary gland. The symptoms, it is small, painless, and a quiescent nodule, which means the growth is also a intermittent growth. The growth first, the constant nodule is nothing but the growth start in slowly, and the shape is round or oval when it is small, and later it became lobulated when it became bigger. And the lesion grow between the stylomandibular ligament and ascending ramus and look like dumbbell shape. Here is the dumbbell shape in appearance. There is no fixation, which means the tumor can easily movable and present in deeper or super overlying skins. If the tumor undergoes accelerated growth and irregularity and palpation, if the palpate we will find that any irregularity or painful ulceration that can undergo necrosis or facial nerve paralysis, which leads to sign of malignancy, which represent the signs of malignancy, means the tumor undergoes malignancy. In histology, this complete capsule is never present. It is incomplete capsule is present in this tumor. It is demonstrated by combination of epithelium and mesenchymal like tissue. In epithelial component, which means previously we talked about, in the epithelial component have that ductal or non-ductal cells, and which is arranged in cord or sheet in manner, and there is a presence of foci of keratinization, which means there is this ductal or epithelial cells turns into squamous and leads to the formation of keratinization and forming keratin pale, and these ductal epithelial cells can metabolize into spindle cells. In mesenchymal component, the myoepithelial cells are mostly responsible for mesenchyme-like changes and turns into mucoid, chondroid, osseous, foci of hyalinization. And the tumor is mostly cellular, so-called cellular adenoma. At the same time, the myoepithelial cells are predominant, so-called myoepithelioma. The treatment is surgical excision and recurrence is 5 to 30% due to that incomplete resection and encapsulation, and rarely malignant tumor may arise. In this area, the tumor may turn into malignant, rarely. Thank you.